Hi everyone, welcome to Trax Gaming, and welcome to Profession 2. It's the gathering professions that we are going to tackle since you imported the TSM group. So this will involve herbalism, mining, skinning, and fishing. Now you may wonder, why is he at the Broken Isles? Because why? Yesterday I picked up my Fellworth. Fellworth is still expensive, just like Fellhide and even Infernal Brimstone. You don't have to go bother yourself collecting the fishes from Legion. You don't have to. You can do it if you want to, but you don't have to. First of all, let's take a look into the profile itself. Every gathered material is organized into the expansions. You see the professions are listed into the profession itself. Except a little bit for mining, we have a smelting group as well for bars. If we go into vanilla and we check the herbs, you will see all of the herbs from vanilla are in there. The same for the Burning Crusade. If we go to the herbs, all of the herbs are in there. And that's so for every of herbs, ores, skins from leather, even for tailoring stuff that's gathered as well, and the fishes. First of all, for fish, I made a group for the fish, and I put in the aromatic fish oil. I'm going to move to Orgrimmar, go to the auction house, and I'm going to show you why this was requested on Discord. So right now I'm at the auction house. If I do a shopping operation, and I go to BFA, so the meat is in the food section and the fish is in the subsection together with the aromatic fish oil. If I scan right now, the oil will be in the same group. This was requested on Discord. Why? Because you turn fish into the aromatic fish oil. So whenever a fish is cheaper than aromatic fish oil, it's an easy flip. Easy as that. So anything below 37 gold on my server is going to be an easy flip to make aromatic fish oil. Because, except for Midnight Salmon, extract aromatic fish oil from the fish. This will consume the fish in the process. So every fish will give you one aromatic fish oil, and the region sale rate is 0.46. So minimum buyout right now is 31. Market value normally is 16 gold and a half. So I would rather go with fish that it's below 16 gold, like here the moth stinger. I can buy, let's see, around 40 fish. Well, it's a jellyfish, but it's a fish. I can buy around 40. And double my price at the moment, and that's an easy flip. For the fishes right now, the vipers are in demand because it's from naz'jatar, just to make the new food and the new feasts. But if we look, where is it? Okay, right now market value 69 gold, region market average is 44. A lot of people go from school to school and they use the midnight salmon. You don't have to with viperfish. If you go to naz'jatar open water, you have around 50% chance you will loot a viperfish from open water. Not loot it, obviously, you're gonna fish it up, but 50% chance of getting a viperfish. It's not worth running around. So make a macro or put it on your keybinds. Put your fishing rod on, let's say, keybind 1, and you just hit 1, put your mouse over it, watch the TV, turn off the game sound except for the sound effects, and when you hear the water splash, just collect it. Tap 1, hover your mouse, rinse and repeat, watch your show, do whatever you want to. That's one way to tackle fishing. For fishes, I don't recommend changing the material costs for going into cooking and then adding another value. For herbs, I showed it in alchemy as well, but I think a lot of you who want to see herbalism mining skinning and such. Want to know how to sell them. A lot of you probably just sell raw materials just to get your gold. A lot for mining and a lot for herbalism. So let's see what the groups have to say about that. First of all, let's see. Go to the custom sources. You have the material groups right here. These don't involve the EB market. Okay, Mat's minimum, the cheapest it will list any herb, any or any leather, any material such as linen as well and fish as well is going to be 70% DB market. If you want to be cheaper than that, you will have to lower Mat's minimum. That's all you have to do. If we go into the groups, we go into the auctioning groups, you will see that we have the materials listed in different stacks. That is just because I want to give a variation in when I'm selling. Some people want stacks of 200, some people want stacks of 20, some people want stacks of 10. If you know a certain cooking recipe is in demand and it requires 8 of a certain fish, put it in a subgroup, duplicate this, change the stack size to the requested one. Like let's say 8. They need 8. I do it with veiled crystals. I sell them in stacks of 3 as well. So because a few enchants require 3 veiled crystals, or a multitude of 3. So they need to buy, and let's say they need 12. Okay, they're gonna buy 4 stacks. If you put this in sizes of 4, you make one for stack size 4, and people need 12 or 20. They can buy 5 stacks, they can buy 3 stacks. It's all up to you. Diversity is key into making gold. Adjust, adapt to the professions. That's all you need to do. So you see here it's Mat's minimum, max, and normal. Normally you shouldn't change Mat's normal and Mat's maximum. The most important one is Mat's minimum. I put my materials post at minimum price. If I do a crafted one, when it's below minimum, I'm gonna say do not post, because it's going to charge me posting costs that I don't benefit from. It will be listed, but it's just gonna sit there. People say, okay, just post it. You never know if 10 copper breastplates are going to sell in one day. No, I'm not gonna post it. The higher the item level, the more expensive it's going to be to post, but it's going to change with Shadowlands. Also for materials. A lot of materials are very expensive to post, certainly in big stacks. Blizzard is going to change this with Shadowlands because everyone's going to post in stacks of 1. So let's see the group operation for herbs. These are all, let's go jump to BFA stuff. You see, first, in my case, I'm going to list 2 stacks of 200, then 4 stacks of 50, 5 stacks of 20, 5 stacks of 10, and then 18 stacks of 200. So I'm gonna list, if I have enough amount, I'm going to list 10 stacks, 12 stacks, 13 stacks, 13 stacks, and a quarter of the herbs. If you don't want to use, if you don't want to post 2 stacks right away, you want to go with lower stacks first, switch these up, overwrite the parent group, take the mats you want. There is a shopping operation. So if you queue for shopping and you queue for herbs, it's going to allow you to have 2,000 herbs. If you don't want this, you go by default. It's going to show them no matter how many you have. And this will be the right setup to flip herbs, flip ore, flip materials. If you want to keep your stock as low, you can go with 1,000, you can go with 2,000. You see it in ore as well. It's using all of the same. For tailoring, for skinning, it's using all of the same. If we go to old stuff, we have, not with gems, but with herbs, you see old materials 200. Old materials is not using a custom price source. If we go to old materials, you will see in the posting operation, there is a DB region market average. I showed this in the initial video of the profile. If you are on the low end of this average, it's going to post them too high. Let's say you're on full pop Draenor. EU, that is. You'll probably be in about the 20% range of this value. Just take it out completely. Remove it. You can lower it to 10%. But it's not really making any use of it. You can leave it in normal and maximum. That's not a problem. Just change it for the minimum. But you'll have to do it for all of them. I don't have an old materials custom price because right now we have enough as it is. You can do one. Add new custom price source, old materials or old minimum. You copy the one that you saw in the operation and you post it there. And then you give in for old materials here, old minimum, and you just change it with the custom settings. What else? Oh yeah, smelting. Smelting and bars. Let's see smelting and bars at work. You see here a lot of values in here. So if you're going to queue and you are going to go to smelting and you restock, this is what's going to give me profit. Steel bar, true silver bar, fel steel, titan steel, elementium. Titan bar and arcanite bar. Those two are using cooldowns in combination with bars that you can make with mining, but cooldowns from alchemy. These are transmutes. You saw that in the previous video. These are very expensive right now. Certainly arcanite bars. But for these, right now, the restock crafting operation is on 200 items. You can higher this, you can lower this. Fel steel bar, titan steel bar, more expensive. They're only restocking 10. So this is quite easy. It's going to cost you, but if you farm, same like for every profession, let's take an easy one. Copper. If you go to copper ore, you can change this. You can say minimum DB market crafting vendor buy convert. I farm this and I want to be the cheapest one. Boom, that's my crafting cost. It only applies to the bars, not for posting. You can do this for any material that you have. Same with leather, same with everything. So if you flip items, take out the shopping one. See, I'm here with 100. 100 items for gems. If I go to ore, 1000. If I go to BFA, it will say 2000. You can select 1000. You can throw it out and you can buy whatever you want. If you go to the auction house, you use the TSM task list and you click buy from the auction house. I don't have the TSM task list right now. I can show you, that's not a problem. You click on gathering, you select your crafter. It's this one and you open the task list. See, it says buy from the vendor, get from the guild bank, buy from the auction house. If I go to the auction house, right now it's going to say buy 22 fel iron bars, 18 ethereums, 4 eternal earths, 5 shadow, blah blah blah. So I go to the auction house and I say scan all. It's going to give me these supplies. You can buy them over 100%, but the crafting operation is not going to remember these values. You are going to have to change them to average buy. So if I buy, how much do I need? Fel iron bars. Buy from the auction house 22. If I buy 22, it is going to disappear here and it's going to disappear here because I have them in the mailbox. That's how you use the task list. The example, fell iron ore, or fell iron. Where is it? Oh, you have to go to materials, sorry. Go with fell iron ore. It's now the default. If I change this to average buy, it's going to track what I pay for them to use when I smelt them into fell iron bars, and from there also to fell steel bars. That's how you can do it for any profession, but smelting is involved with mining. If you want to see where we farm, what farms we are going to use, we're going to put Savvy to work to come up, not to come up with specific routes. We are going to show you which routes that we use to get a lot of material, especially for BFA. If you want to see older stuff, just hit it up in the comments, ask it on Discord. It can be involved a gathering profession or just crafting materials that is a loot drop from killing an enemy or anything. I know it's a lot of information, trying to do this compact as possible without leaving anything out. If you still have questions, don't hesitate to ask. But that was it for the video. Have fun making all that gold, and I will see you in another episode. Bye bye.